Aloha friends and fellow food foresters. This is Tutu Sainz at Aloha Food Forest, here with your reading of Chapter 10 from the book Our Path to Infinite Abundance, Introduction to Food Forests. Restore health to yourself, restore health to Mother Earth. My friend, if you want to eat the freshest, most nutrient-dense food available, then a food forest is for you. If you want to live on a healthy planet, then a food forest is for you. We've all heard that nutritious foods are good for our bodies. Throughout time, from the beginning of this planet until the last 100 years or so, people have eaten foods that grow on planet Earth. In history, we didn't eat food from a factory made with chemicals from a laboratory. Pets ate what their people ate and what they could catch or harvest in nature. Our diets have wandered away from eating living garden food and toward eating manufactured food. And you can see that our bodies are getting more overweight and diseased. I believe the correlation is because our bodies aren't getting the nutrients they need from manufactured foods. So even after we eat a whole bowl of a processed food product, our nutrition needs are still not satisfied. We crave something more, so we eat more. We become overweight and malnourished at the same time. That isn't right. Some of the stuff in manufactured food is not even meant to be in our bodies. Here is a good goal for you. Eat some fresh, living food every day. If you watch TV, you will see advertisements encouraging you to buy food from factories, and other ads encouraging you to go to the doctor to get drugs to make you feel better because you're sick from eating food from the factories. My friend, get out of the loop of big pharma and lab manufactured food. It's a scam. Get back into nature, which is our earthly inheritance and our source of God-given abundance. With the food forest, you can stop working so hard to earn money to buy food that's killing you and pharmaceutical drugs that are doing you no favors either. So, what is the problem with factory farm soil? It's been talked about for almost a century now that our farm produce is getting less nutritious over time. I read this pamphlet from the United States Senate in 1936 called, quote, Modern Miracle Men, unquote. At least as far back as 1936, the Senate of the United States government recognized that our soil lacked the minerals necessary for growing healthy food. The United Nations also addressed the problem of malnutrition because poor soils produce poor food. Why is the factory farm soil poor? Because farm soils get tilled. Tilling destroys the soil biota and blows minerals up into the air as dust. Because of the way we grow food on factory farms, our soil gets depleted repeatedly. Farmers try to help by adding more chemical enhancements to the ground to provide minerals to improve their food. Then they also apply pesticides to kill insects, fungicides to kill fungi, and herbicides to kill weeds. With all that killing going on, it's a wonder anything grows there at all. Despite all the hard work that farmers put into growing our food, factory farm produce contains less nutrition at harvest, is then stored, packaged, and shipped far away, and loses more nutrients during travel time to market. The produce from the grocery stores doesn't taste as flavorful as freshly picked produce and contains less juice and fewer nutrients. A scientific assessment of modern produce from the Oxford Academic Journal of Experimental Botany claims we are in a global micronutrient crisis. Quote, humans require at least 49 nutrients to meet their metabolic needs. Inadequate consumption of even one of these nutrients will result in adverse metabolic disturbances, leading to sickness, poor health, impaired development in children, and large economic costs to society. If agricultural systems fail to provide enough products containing adequate quantities of all nutrients during all seasons, dysfunctional food systems result that cannot support healthy lives. Unfortunately, this is the case for many agricultural systems. Nearly 2/3 of all deaths of children are associated with nutritional deficiencies, many from micronutrient deficiencies. Marginal intakes of micronutrients have been shown to contribute to increased morbidity and mortality rates, diminished livelihoods, and adverse effects on learning ability, development, and growth in infants and children. Unquote. So the solution offered by science and corporate culture is to work harder to add more minerals to the soil and to try hard to modify the crops they grow so they will have more micronutrients. Working harder to fix the process of factory farming by tinkering with various genetic materials in laboratories to make them able to take up laboratory nutrient blends sounds like a load of horse manure to me. What a mess we have on our hands. But the way out of this mess is clear. It's called the Food Forest Path. It's our path to infinite abundance. Okay, here's a question. Where did plants get plant food before industrialized farming and genetic modification of organisms? The answer: from other plants and animals. When a plant or animal dies, the forest biota decomposes it into essential components that fertilize the next generation of plants. What an amazingly designed system. A plant's dead remains consist of the exact materials that are needed by new plants to grow new biomass, and decomposing releases the nutrients for use by the next generation of plants. This design is so simple and brilliant, only God could have created it. Aristotle wrote, "Nature operates in the shortest way possible." Perfect design is the reason why no one fertilizes a forest, yet the forests and jungles grow the densest biomass on Earth. Just by looking at a plant, you can see whether the plant is growing in nutrient-rich soil or not. Healthy plants seem to glow with life. Growing food in healthy soil will provide you with the vitamins and minerals we know about, as well as the micronutrients and all the complex nuances of plant nutrition that we still don't understand. A healthy life is yours if you merely follow nature. Growing food in a food forest will provide you with the most nutrient-dense food available. The soil biota unlocks the nutrients for the plants to take up. Plain and simple. I give you this food for thought. If you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading. Take our path to infinite abundance by growing a food forest near you.